diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. The Old Horseshoe, Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, checking in with the Wolverines head coach before the game. He understands everything is on the line in this rivalry matchup. He had a conversation with his team with the conference championship and the playoffs on the line. They have to keep their poise and composure. They can't let a rivalry game knock them off their path. We'll see how composed his team can play today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Buckeyes headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
You usually want to start a game when you come into a hostile environment with a great first drive. Get some momentum, quiet the crowd. Palmer, the exact opposite. On the road, and you make a big mistake early.
Yeah, I love coming into a hostile environment, trying to be aggressive from jump. But that interception was like giving every single fan here in this stadium a triple shot of espresso. They are going crazy right now after getting that interception.
This offense has it with really good field position. Here's the handoff. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry. They've been kind of hot coming in. And I really look forward to seeing this running back. Can he be physical? Because you know the anger, the animosity, all the stuff that comes with these rivalry games, you need your running back to set the tone and have a great game.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wide receiver. The run inside. It's Jackson. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
You start with this type of field position and have to settle for a field goal. This is a big 3rd down coming up. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
He'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So here comes the Michigan offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here's Underwood. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. He's got it along the sideline. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And that's what's so hard about playing this guy, man. It's not the first play. They defended the first play really well, but what does he do? He buys time, he scrambles. Now you start changing your routes. Defenders get a little bit confused. He drops it off, and he makes a big play.
Throwing, Underwood. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So, obviously, to do it on this stage will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoff.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They go play action, Bryce Underwood. Now rolling to the left. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. He uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Got enough for the first. On the move at the 30. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back.
Touchdown! Buckeye! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10.
And, man, it's nice to have an offense that can strike immediately. They can put fear in defenses, make big plays, and you see it, man. They can add to the lead. They can build a lead quickly because they have this ability to put points on the board quickly.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page.
Maybe some room here. picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Jackson. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
And the Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Here's Underwood to throw. Gets open down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Hard running there. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it past the marker for a 1st down, and that's the way we will wrap up the 1st quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Creates got a little grass. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Run in the red zone, it's Marshall. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. They believe they can run right here. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Working that left side now. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, 3rd and short, now set up in a 1st and goal situation.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. A 1st down run on the doorstep. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? DB's right up on the receivers. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play thrown.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Running inside, it's Marshall. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. This is now a 7-point game.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Give to the running back. Got enough for the first. Could be an alley. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are 2 teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the 2 teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, #1 versus #2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He breaks a tackle. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Ohio State calls its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Play action with Underwood. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Right back to the well. Gain of 9 on that one. 3rd down and short. He needs a yard. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. Quarterback making adjustments. Sayin on the play action. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, it's Jackson. He now has 80 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Back to the ground with the running back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run.
Might have a chance. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Inside a half-minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here? Looking for a crease to the left. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough, and there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense.
Oh, he's got some space. The 40, the 30. He's at the 10, and he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, textbook how you end a first half. You're trailing. You need to put a drive together. Great job using all of the clock, getting the TD, and you want to talk about creating some momentum going into the half and knowing I get the football, so everything trending in the right direction.
And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. Let's start with the Temple Owls, taking on the number 16 team, the Memphis Tigers.
The Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Delayed handoff. It's Jackson. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Smith. The pitch. He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
The run to the left. Here's a little room there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Underwood. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody
turning it on. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Off the RPO, complete. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He's in open space downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Buckeyes want to move quickly.
And this offense is clicking, man. This defense is going to have to find something in a hurry, right? That's 3 plays. That's 3 first downs. They've got to do a better job of affecting this defense, getting some penetration, winning at the line of scrimmage. You can't let them just move down the field and get a first down on every single play they run.
In the red area, it's Jackson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll leave it with the lone back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Classic pressure coming from the defense's right side, and they get the quarterback to the turf.
And that's what those defensive ends in a 4-3 do. Those guys know how to get after the quarterback, play on an edge. Nice job rushing the passer, getting off the football, and getting to the QB and getting him on the ground.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Got it near midfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the...
Touchdown, Ohio State! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
And he puts through the extra point. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Right on the money. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Underwood in the gun on third down. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking for space. It's Rodgers. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. There's a crease. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Play fake. Julian Sayed. Fires to the big fella. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it to the right. Makes it past the marker. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. One final play before the end of the quarter. Throwing, Underwood. Fires one high and deep. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Finds the tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Got his man downfield. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Wolverines come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. The corners are walked up tight. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Fourth down, Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. Touchdown, Wolverines! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, long touchdown passes don't have to come in the shape of go routes and posts. You can throw a slant. If your guy is able to make one dude miss and build up some steam, when you've got speed like that, you can take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
And they did tack on the extra point.
Number 22, set to kick it off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Jackson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Julian with the play fake. Starts to scramble to the left. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep fighting, right? This game ain't over yet. Like, you still got an opportunity. Does it look good? No. But now I got the ball back. Great job by the defense forcing the turnover. Now let's see if we can go out and make this thing interesting, put some plays together, maybe get an onside kick. Who the heck knows?
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Makes the grab on the big throw. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And he made the extra point without problem. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're back.
Finding some room. They get him corralled, but not before. They had their eyes going everywhere trying to keep up with this option attack.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Now the toss. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's Smith. Wildcat look didn't get much, picked up a few on that one. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
From the gun on third down, say it. Looking for a huge play. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed. That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
Might be changing the route. Fourth down, Sayin. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Man, this quarterback...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Brought down after a big run, and that is the way